Happy 1010 Gateway, and how everything is coming together for the 1010. It's exciting that we're going through this change. Now, what normally the 1010 Gateway talks about, and the work that I've done over the years, is our higher consciousness and working with that consciousness and connecting with all that is. However, the message I received this year, and we've been working on it today in our group and for the last couple of days, is that it's about a global awakening. And I started channeling to getting some messages about what it means for a lot of people. I actually did some live channeling today in our group and brought back messages from the Orions, the good Orions. So I will tell you some of the things that have been coming through, and they call it the Grand Awakening. They don't like the word great. It doesn't mean as much as grand. So the messages that I've been receiving is that we've been waking up more ever for what is going on in the world, and the planet itself has gone through a major shift probably in the last 3 months. The 1010 Gateway usually opens around about the 3rd of October and goes through to the 12th, and so this is the energies that are coming in, the extreme amount of light. There's so much light coming in with this. And so what's happening is we're going to go through after 1010, leading right up until just after Christmas, a great grand awakening across the world. All will be seen in the coming months. So everyone will see truth. And those that choose to awake to it and use it for their higher consciousness and to connect will use it wisely and become the new creators of New Earth. They'll also become the inventors. They're coming forward now with memory. They're gaining memory. Whereas some of them will stay behind, like sitting in 4D, what we call 4D. They won't advance. Everyone gets an opportunity to see what everyone sees, to wake up. The planet between now and sort of just after Christmas. So they said 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. The ones that are going to start seeing and remembering are going to need a lot of healing. And if you look back at what it was like when you first started seeing a lot, waking up, understanding, you were angry, you were upset, you felt you'd been betrayed, deceived by the system. And not only that, because the memory is coming back to who they are, as in their mission and why they are here, they've got to do everything that us previous people that have been on their missions and awake to it all for years, I'm talking years, we're well ahead, or come to us and go through exactly what we've done in a lot shorter period and need to do the shadow work, do the trauma base, do the inner child, do the divine feminine, the divine masculine. They'll need a lot of healing and a lot of reassurance. But they won't have the judgment that we received when we were waking up and we were going through what we call our ascension. They'll go through it a lot faster, but they will need a lot of guidance, a lot of help, and a lot of healing. And so the people that are working in service now, such as myself and many others that do healing and frequency work, energy work, that kind of thing, will get busier. It's going to get very busy with helping these people come through. New beginnings are going to be for many, and healing's needed from the truth that is learnt. So can you imagine how it's going to be for them? Because everything's going to be so revealed. Hi Denise, hi hun, I can see you. Finally I can see people coming on. And so people are going to need constant reassurance. They're going to need support, going to need help, going to need counseling, going to need all sorts of energy work done to help them get through, because it's going to be quicker with more information. And they showed me countries working in waves, waking up in waves. So from now through to, as I say, to the end of Christmas, and it showed you these waves, like the domino effect. You know, you knock one and then they all go down. I don't know which countries, but I'm guessing the 9 nations first. And then other countries will see what's happening there. They'll know people in that country and they'll start learning, start seeing and understanding. And then it will just be a wave effect, an ongoing effect. And this is what they're saying about the mass, grand world consciousness rising on the 1010 gateway. And so we're going to see this now, because next year New Earth will form its diamond. By the middle next year, we'll be structurally forming our new Earth. The countries will get smaller. More tragics have to happen, like we've had earthquakes, we've had flooding, we've had rising water. But the rising water is due to the underwater cities coming up and bringing the water up with them. And there's many of them coming up from under the ocean and under the Great Lakes. And so what's going to happen is you're going to hear about all this and people are going to start joining the dots, and then the countries will start connecting and so forth. There'll be many that have been raised in darkness, many that have been raised with no sort of understanding of the world. So you're talking about Masonic, Cabal, deep state families, people working for the wrong reason. They will not shift. They will not move forward. They will not raise their consciousness. They'll remain the way they are, and they will have to stay in that whole 4D vibration and learn a lot more and live in the old earth, which is going to destroy itself. They showed me between now and Christmas, a lot of corporations are going to start collapsing, which means people are going to be out of work. And so these people that are going to be out of work are going to start looking at alternative resources for themselves. Hi, Teresa. And so in that case, what they're going to be doing is looking in here, coming into this, looking at that heart space and saying, okay, what is it that I truly am passionate about? What is it that I can do to change the world? What is my mission here? What is my sole purpose being here? And this is where this new creative ability comes in, this new energy to the earth, where people are going to be creating, bringing up old information, old memories, old wisdom, and bringing in the way to create new, but back to the old way. It's going to be absolutely fascinating. It's going to be exciting, guys. Hi, Kelly. So what's happening is their talents, their callings, they're reinventing. Now, interesting enough, I posted in one of my groups the other day about Starbucks. And I didn't know, but Starbucks is owned by Bill Gates. And the real name on the ownership is William Gates. But a lot of people don't connect the dots, because Bill is short for William. And in California alone, they've had huge closure of Starbucks and across the country, the US, and people have been notified. They arrive at work and they're told they haven't got a job anymore. We're closing the doors. It's all excuse, excuse, excuse. This is the collapse of the big corporations that I'm talking about. And so then they're having to review. Well, what am I going to do? All of a sudden I'm out of work. What can I do to make a living? What is my passion? And the awakening starts. And then our new earth is created, because there's all these beautiful new memories coming back in from lifetimes ago, where they can create our new earth. And so this is what the 1010 is about. That consciousness is coming back. I also got 3 months of change, disarray of people. So people are a little bit they're sort of not 100% focused, they're not grounded because there's so much change going on. There's change within people, within work, within life, within the earth. And so there's a bit of upheaval and then the calmness. So this whole 1010 gateway is about connecting your consciousness and your memory to wake again. We've already awake and we're already here to help them. And so this is the message that keeps coming through. It's a mass grand awakening. The earth has got to the point where they've demonstrated so much of the game now, the movie. It's time for people to make a choice which way they're going to go. They're going to the light or they're going to remain stuck in 4D, because there's going to be big decisions for the new earth to shift next year. And those people that have got that consciousness will go and the others will remain in the 4D. So what did we do today? We went to the fifth planet of the Orion Belt. So you've got 5 planets like that in the Orion Belt. The first 3 are the dark Orions, which are very sort of manipulative. They came to Earth. They hijacked all of the stargates, that kind of thing. And then you've got the top 2 in the 5, which are the light Orions, the light workers, and they're beautiful. They've got the most incredible brains, intelligence. They've got incredible consciousness. They prophesize. They open their mouths and they just. I work with a couple of Orions, and their prophecies are beyond measure, because when they say something, you stop and you listen and it all makes sense. They're clever, and they come in under the Libran October 1010 gateway, where they've got that intelligent level. So we went to the Orions and we went to the memory library, where you gain memory from everything that's been stored. And they put the memory back into us, so that when these others get their magnificent memory back, we can help guide them and help them, and we can use it to help move them into a new space. We didn't have that when we were waking up. We didn't have that when we had an ascension starting. We had lockdowns, we had COVID, we had absolutely horrible stuff going on. Now, I remember when I first started waking up to the one-eye symbolism and all that kind of thing, it was well into the 1990s. And it's actually, over the years, got easier for me, and I'm able to let a lot of things just go over my head and slide. But these people are going to get it all of a sudden. They're going to get it at them straight away. You've changed, what's going on, you know, it's going to happen very, very quickly. And because everything's moving faster and everything's going to be created faster. So it's quite exciting what is coming. So I met with a Orion who was wearing red. The Orion ones that I deal with look like Teletubbies. The colours of the jelly bean. And I met a red one, and I've spoken about this before, and he said his name was Martin, and it's not a very common name, but it's probably something else, but it was how he related to me. It was easy for me to relate with him. And he was talking about the creative side that's coming, and the design, the art, and the memories of free energy is coming back, which is exciting. They will tell you what the free energy used to look like, and they will bring it back. No more electricity, cars, that kind of thing. And one of the other ladies in the group confirmed it too. She said she was shown how, you know, we're going to not be flying anymore, not have the aeroplanes, but we'll have other types of transport, which I've spoken about, the flying trains. because we've since discovered the big hoax about jet fuel. You know, that's not true. They don't fly by fuel, they fly by vapor. And so that was a big hoax about the planes all going by fuel. And so we're going to find all this out, and it's going to be told to these people waking up, and they're just going to remember things. It's going to activate their memory, go, oh yeah, I remember the free energy. I remember how this worked. I can do this. I can make this happen. So there's going to be a lot coming in. They also told me about the drawings that are going to come, the art, the design, the architecture drawings. So that's all going to be coming in on another level again. And if you think of the Tartarian buildings and structures and things like that, you know, you're going to have some beautiful drawings come. They talked about writing, and they said it's going to be a new history, but it's going to be the real history of the old history, not the history that's been made up. It's going to be the new history that's coming, and that's the history that was the truth, not what we see and hear now. And that'll activate memories. Memories is a big thing on the 1010 because it's all to do with the headspace. 1010 headspace, consciousness rising. And so that brings in all those memories of lifetimes and wisdom and knowledge that you have stored away in your soul and all your lifetimes. It is. It's very exciting. And so they said the creation of the new lecture books, and the kids will go to school and they'll say to their teachers, this doesn't seem right, it doesn't feel right, let us write it. Let us change these books' style. And this is the change, the school system collapsing, and the kids wanting to create it themselves. They will come in and they will say, I want to create this. This is something new for me, and I want to be able to tell you how it really was. I remember. And they will start to tell and question the school system, and that's where the change will come with the schools. So the New Earth children are here to make change. They're here to teach the parents, and they're here to teach others and show the way, because they already come, not with their memory wiped. They come as they were in the galactics and the elementals and the angels, whatever. Hi, Sophia. How are you, hon? Good to see you. And so they come back with no memory wiped, and they are here to recreate and to bring the old school system down, to create the new, to rewrite the school books, to redesign what's best for a starseed, because starseeds don't do school. They don't do well in the system. And so we're going to see all this happening coming up. Oh, and the sovereignty will be remembered. That was another thing they said. So what will happen is these people that are getting their memory back will remember they're sovereign. They're not a corporation in capital letters. And they will remember that. And it'll change. It'll change basically very quickly as each country follows. It'll change, and your sovereignty will be given back to you. And that's when we see the currency and the exchange against gold and silver starting to happen, because people are waking up and realizing that they're sovereign. I asked him about the new energy, and he said, yeah, there's new energy coming in. A lot of light is pouring into Earth at the moment, and they're releasing it in the arts in a really creative way, because they want to bring out the truth. So you're to watch social media will change. Censorship will disappear, and all truth will be revealed. Like they keep telling us, things are going to be revealed that's been happening down at, you know, that military camp, shall we say. And they're going to show you in the way of movies. The whole movie industry is going to change. And that's because there's people getting their memory back and they want to show it that way. If you have any questions, put it down here too, because This is all connected to the gateway we're in now. True freedom, true sovereignty. All is well here, holding the light and raising the vibration here for my friends and family. I totally agree about the school and the young being different now. Absolutely they are. They just shine. My son is 16. Is he 16 already? My goodness me, where has time gone? And having a tough time with the teachers. Yeah, they can't handle his light. Absolutely they can't. Anybody that gets agitated around you is because they can't handle your energy and light. And I find a lot of people that are still programmed in their ego, in a little bit of the ego, they get frigidity, they get argumentative, they get, oh, but I know everything. They try to overpower you. It's because you're so light, you're so bright. And if you're doing the work and doing everyday consciousness and going as high as you can, 7D, 8D, speaking to the people that you know that you're dealing with in connection to your channelings. So many people I see channeling now, and they don't even know who they're talking to. It could be anyone in disguise. The dark are very creepy. They can come in disguise and give you light language and stuff, and it's actually not that good. And I've seen that happening a lot in the light community. And it's a scary thought. It's a worry because they're coming in and manipulating people. You must know who you're channeling, who you're letting into your energy field, and connect with them at the highest level possible. And, you know, this is what annoys me. You see people channeling and I say, well, who are you channeling? And they don't know. I don't know. It's just coming through. From where? Who? You must always work in the highest light. Anyway, so then I asked about digital ID. I said, so what's happening with this digital ID? Now, remember, I keep telling you everything is safe and secure. You don't need to draw money out of the bank, or you're not going to lose anything, because the new currency is about giving back, not taking away from you. They've already taken from you. So our money is not in banks here on Earth. It's up on Jupiter in digital files. It's actually stored up there, and that's why when you go to the bank, you have to order it, because they don't have it. It's not there. It's up there in those files. And so the digital ID is to freak you all out and to get you, their last hope of getting you to comply. It won't go through. It just won't go through, they said. They said the digital ID you talk about is the correct wording is digital protection. So you'll have digital ID and then you'll have digital protection. The digital protection is the Galactic Alliance digital information, where all your information, every payment you've made, every savings you've had, everything is safe in galactic hands off the planet, cannot be taken from you, cannot be hijacked. That is what we're waiting for. Digital ID is just to freak you all out, get you in a panic. You know, it's all that sort of fear-mongering stuff again. It will not go ahead to the way that they're saying it is. And I've always said digital ID is a good thing, but I was talking about the digital protection, which is totally different. And I got clearance on that today. What it is it's your folder, and you will carry it on your new phone that they will give you, and that will connect you to that off-planet folder. That's where all your payments, all your banking, everything will be done. Nobody can ever access it but you. And it's all connected to your consciousness. So they're two different things. And then he showed me the world map, and he said, you know, we're a lot smaller than you think. He said, take a look at what's happening with the immigration and the migration. These people are not on boats out at sea for 6 weeks, like they say they take to get to one country to another. They're on boats up to 3 days. You're a lot closer than you think. This world is a lot smaller than you think. And he showed me the map, and it's very, very small. There's more hidden than there is seen. And that's another thing we're going to start seeing, is countries that we've never been taught about or known about that have been hidden from us. And there's one up by Russia, in the middle of, between Russia and there's a country there that nobody goes to. It's like North Korea is a fake country. North Korea is a fake made-up country. There's nobody ever there. The streets are empty. That's why nobody goes there. No one's allowed to go there. And then I posted the other day a lady turning up at an airport in the US, and she had stamps in her passport, even a little chip in it, from a country that doesn't exist. And she had all these different travel stamps and everything. And she must have come from somewhere like one of the countries that are hidden in Antarctica. And it's happened twice now with two ladies. I've actually posted them. I should put them on my Facebook actually. But so they detained her. They put her in a customs area and kept her there until they investigated it further. And she actually said, am I in the United States? And they said, yes, you are. She said, I'm not meant to be here. She doesn't even know how she got there. She came off a plane with a full-blown identified passport. It shows you the country and everything. It's a country that doesn't exist and that we don't know of, you see. It's been hidden from us. And when they had her in the holding area, she disappeared. She just vanished. And that happened to the second one as well. They just vanish. They just disappear. So what's happening now is we've been exposed to these countries that we didn't know about. And remember, there's areas where there's no flights. And there's these islands in the Pacific that have no fly zones over them, because the islands that we're not supposed to know that exist from Lemuria, from the Lemurian time. And so he showed me this map, and I was like, yeah, we're all so much closer. We're like a jigsaw puzzle. You can see what the Great Floods did. They split us all apart. You can see where Africa sits in and slots into the bottom of South America. We're all one big landmass. You can see where New Zealand was can be pushed up and fit in under Australia. And this is how the new Earth is going to be. We're going to be a lot smaller, but in a diamond shape. So it won't be like that, and it won't be flat. It'll be a diamond, and that's the new Earth, the diamond consciousness. And that's why we're having earthquakes and floods and things, because it's making it smaller and forming it, as I said before, into a diamond. So yeah, that's what I learned today. And so therefore the 1010 gateway of the Grand Awakening is we are here now in service to help these people that are going to have this massive, huge, sudden awakening. And it's not going to be slow. It's going to be fast, and their memory is going to be very quick, very witted, a lot of intelligence, a lot of great, wonderful things coming through. You're going to hear incredible way of doing things, reinventing, that kind of thing. The only issue is they're going to need a lot of healing, a lot of trauma-based healing, a lot of inner child healing, divine feminine, divine masculine. They're going to need root chakra right up to higher consciousness chakras, bindu chakras, because they will need all that cleansed and cleared in their energy fields, like we've been doing over, I don't know, a lot of us have been doing this for years. It's Denise, that's exactly what it is. We're a jigsaw. We were separated by water and given false borders. She said, it's funny, as a child, I always thought the continents used to fit together like a jigsaw. And I remember it being a jigsaw like that. I remember there were no borders. We lived by our culture in different areas of the world. That's what it was. We had different culture. That was all. Different culture, different understanding, different belief systems. And we were areas, or kingdoms and things like that. That's all we were. We weren't really countries until well into, I don't know, when did they start naming countries? And we're going back to that, the new kingdoms. We're going back to being kingdoms, not countries, no borders, that kind of thing. So if you've got my book, Guiding Light, we have the 1010 activation in there for the gateway. And we also have the memory activation. And it's really important for you to do the memory activation, to bring that in, and the 1010 portal activation. And do that for the next 3 days, 3 weeks. It's very important we do it because it keeps that energy of the 1010 gateway open until we get to 1111, which is going to be even bigger. So, we've got a lot coming up, people, and we're going to be needed to help so many people, especially as they lose jobs and things like that, as corporations collapse. As I said, for example, many of the main sort of chains of stores and franchise are the first to go, and it's noticeable everywhere you go. In fact, a lot of these stores are now closing up and just operating online. But the higher consciousness energy that's coming in for this whole awakening is powerful. It's making you almost hit a wall, I had to have a sleep yesterday afternoon from 5 to 7 because I just couldn't keep my eyes open. It just hit me like that. Very powerful. And it's because you need to integrate the light they're sending, the codes they're sending, the energy that they're bringing in for this whole gateway, because it's going to affect globally the whole world. And one country will start, and you'll see people waking up all over and questioning things and changing things, and social media changing, TV changing, and then another country will do it, and then another country, and so forth. And by Christmas time, by the end of after Christmas, you'll see there's been a massive change. And Christmas will be different this year. People will start questioning it. What's Christmas really about? How come? And I was saying something today. We went down to the garden centre, my friend and I was saying, what's reindeers and snow and North Pole really got to do with the birth of Jesus Christ? Why is there 2-3 storylines going along with the birth of Jesus? Jesus was born in a manger in the middle of summer, not in the middle of winter. There was no snow. And, this is the other thing. The 3 kings were wizards. They were not kings from countries. Kings from countries do not turn up with just things like natural oils and herbs. One turned up with gold. One turned up with frankincense and the other myrrh. They were the wizards, and they came and they were giving him the real plant-based medicine to help throughout life. And, and this is what people seem to forget. They don't look at it and think, oh, yeah, why is Jesus called Jesus and not Muhammad? Why are the disciples not called all these Middle Eastern names? Because that was not the Israel that Jesus was born in. The Israel that Jesus was born in was the continent of Ireland, Scotland and Wales, and his crucifix sits on top of the Isle of Skye in Scotland. And so that's why you have John, Joseph, Mary, you have Daniel, David, all these names that are English. And so this is all going to start making sense to people around Christmas time and realize they shouldn't be celebrating it. It's all coming out now. It's all coming out now. The truth about the injections are starting to come out in the end of October, and they will be like bam, 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 truth's out. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I did a test yesterday. So I went thrifting, went to the thrift store, and I was with my friend. And if you turn on your Bluetooth on your phone and you scan the area, you'll pick up their chip. And I was standing next to this old lady, and there were two scans that came up, which is my remote control for my stick, for my phone stick, for doing this kind of work. And then there was this weird long number, and it wasn't usually they'll have next to it the type of tool it is, the type of phone or computer. This was a little square chip picture with TC something or other 249 and this big long number. And the lady I was standing next to was elderly, and I would say that was her microchip that she got from the vaccine. And you can go into crowded restaurants and rooms and just put your Bluetooth scan on, and they'll go boom, 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 all the way down your phone. You'll see them. Yeah, the children and the people will be. That's right. They're going to be wanting the healing, because they're going to say, well, how can you fix me? What are you going to do? What can I do now? You know, and this is what's so sad about it all. And, you know, this treatment that I'm having at the moment, the detox, and what we talk about when we go there, this lady tells us the spike protein that comes out in the water. She tells us some of the people that have had the injuries. It's incredible what is coming out, and people are starting to wake up and realize that, you know, what we were saying back then in 2019 or whatever is true. And it's painful to hear the truth. It really is. But that's the 1010 gateway, people. Is there, you know, the consciousness of the human race, we're called Godmen. We are not human. Human is a low vibrational name that the dark gave us, because they wanted us to be enslaved, lower dimensional. We are man made from God. We are Godmen. And as Godmen people, our consciousness is only getting higher and higher and higher as we work towards that greatness. And so, you know, you've got to keep doing the work. You've got to keep doing the understanding of what it is that you need to know to get to that next point, how you're going to help others, how you're going to work with others, how you're going to support them, how are you going to heal them, what's your healing practices. Are you going to be doing counseling? Are you going to be doing music frequency, massage, detoxing, herbal remedies, that kind of thing? Because people need to now know where to find you. And this is where we're stepping from the enslaved corporation mainstream work now into what we call a service role. And so to do that, we need to know what our passion is and what's driving us to help those others. God-man, yeah, God-man. And the womb man, the woman are the womb man, W-O-M-B. We are the womb of man. We give, we bring. So, you know, the English language has been so played with and screwed up. But when you dissect it and look at it in the way in what they've done with words, you then understand. Because remember, spelling is spell casting. It's Sophia, that's what they said about the art hub. I've just been talking about it at the beginning when I started talking about what they told me today about the art. So that's really good, because the codes will come in through the heart, and then the heart will express it in the art. How's that? Heart art. So the 1010 portal activation. Now this is to activate this portal and keep it working towards as we go towards the end of the year, because we need this great awakening to start happening. We are gathered here today to celebrate the opening of the 1010 Stargate, to receive our new light beams, to receive our new codes, to upgrade to higher versions of ourselves. We are ready for the basics of life, to return to what was, to live abundance, trust, and gratefulness. We are ready for the new awakening, to receive for all on earth. We are ready to be of service, to support and be way showers to the new awaken. We are ready for those to meet their twin flame, to support their twin flame activation, to be part of this love story for many. So people will pair up as well. We ask today that the 1010 portal be activated today of the highest light source that is best for Gaia souls to be awakened. We receive all new source of highest light. We receive new beginnings of basic living, abundance, trust, and love. We are grateful. We receive our soul twin flame in the highest light and divine timing. We ask that the twin flames together now be received with the highest source of light, love, like never before. So the ones that are together and are twin flames will become stronger. We command all actions of the 1010 portal be activated and received today. We command that our energy source, newest highest light, be received today. We command we have abundance and gratefulness back to basic living today. We command that all soul due to awaken, awake today and find us for support, assistance and service. We command that all twin flames be activated to find one another today, to carry out service and their mission. We command all existing twin flames find their new love within their oneness and reunite their flame today. So that could be quite romantic, people. We command moving forward today that my heart overflows with love for all that is. We command that I am newest of the highest form. We ask that these commands be of the highest light at 1010 Stargate portal. Clap, ring your bell, do anything to activate it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can't find my bell. I did have it here earlier. I am new of the highest light. I am back to basics. I am the new light source energy. I am love, twin flame, gratefulness and abundance. I am service. I trust. And so it is. And that was channeled through me by the Ascension Masters. So it's the 1010 portal activation, people. It's a very important one to do, and do it. Go back and listen to this if you need to for the next 3 days. Yes, it is. It's very powerful. Chills and happy tears. We were like that today. Thank you. It's touched your soul. It's touched your heart. I do have the memory one here. If you want that as well. Memory activation by the Orions of the 5th aligned planet in the Orion star system. The memory of who you are and what you know is coming online. The memory of who you are and what you know is coming online. How powerful is that, people? It's just what we've been talking about, the higher 1010 consciousness. You will know your missions. You will know your earth missions. You will know your service. Memory will activate over 3 weeks in earth time. So this is what we keep getting told for this gateway. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Memory of your galactic missions, angel missions, super soldier missions, underwater missions, Atlantis lifetimes, early Egypt and Greece lifetimes, Lemurian lifetimes. May you know your memory. May you know who you are. May you know where you came from. May you remember. Commands. I command my memory of all missions be activated today. I remember to remember. So, you know, this is something that's really important. You're asking for that memory to come forward again today. Keep asking for different memories of past to come forward, not just today, but every other day. You know, make it as part of your spiritual practice. I command my memory of my star family origin be activated today. We're getting to know our families so well now, our origins, our families. We speak to them, we understand them. I'm introducing people to their star families. I'm doing one-on-ones. I had one this week with 3 beautiful Syrians that turned up that were this person's siblings. And it's just beautiful to do this work and I am honoured to be able to bring them through and see them so clearly. You shouldn't have to think about it too hard and ask. You should just instinctively, after doing this memory activation, know who you are and what you feel connected to. I command my memory of galactic wars and missions be activated today. I command my memory of archangel connections, angels, and angels self be activated today. Many of you are here in angel form. You're here working as an angel. I command my super soldier self be activated in memory today and activate all missions being seen in my memory today. So a lot of you are working as super soldiers multidimensionally off planet doing missions. I command memory of all past history, main events I was part of to be activated today. So you can go back and look at that situation, understand, yes, you've been lied to, and then people are coming to you waking up, and you can say to them, well, actually I was there at that time and I can tell you exactly what went down. This is the new history that's going to be rewritten, which is the truth. I command my memory of all past lives be activated today. I command love light energy of the highest form be within me with these memory activations. I command that my memory remembers all that I am. I am, I am, I am. I remember, I see myself, I know myself. I am memory. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And clap. And that says to do it 3 times a week for 3 weeks. So that's in guide. Those ones are in Guiding Light, which was my second book of channelings. So I just needed to share the 1010 Gateway because there's a lot of misinformation about it and what's coming through. The highest of highest consciousness now for a huge awakening across the planet, and for us that are already here awake, living in the 5D dimensionally, multi-dimensionally, working in higher consciousness, we need to step forward now and help these ones. And so we're going to get busy and we're going to see a lot because there's going to be a lot of changes coming through. So these messages are really, really powerful. As I said, we've been doing a lot of inner work. We've been doing workshop of different phases of who we've been and what we are to bring forward for New Earth. And today was the 1010 Gateway celebration, and it's been very powerful. As I said, those energies that are coming in right now, not only that, they're bringing in a lot of light. And this light that is coming in is integrating with your own codes and new codes. And that's why people feel like they need to sleep, they need to rest, they need to take time out, do a lot of grounding. You know, a lot of people are talking about meeting their staff families. If you want to and you need help with that, just connect with me. I'm happy to help you. I only take donations. I don't set a price or anything like that. And I can connect you to them, and then you can start working with them depending on what your mission is, what you're meant to be doing. There is so much wonderful work coming. I can see it so clearly after they showed me today. Oh, thank you, Sophia. I've been wondering about you. So, yeah, much love to you too, hon. Lots of blessings. So thank you, Denise. All take care. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the 10-10 gateway. Don't work too hard with it. Just take it easy. Go slow. Do your grounding. If you need to rest, rest. Drink lots of water. I'm actually drinking a lot more water, but then I'm also doing this foot detox spa thing, which gets me flushing things out of my body. And I will do another update more sort of just around the 11/11 when that information starts pouring through as well. Because there's a lot of changes coming, as I said, and a lot of people are now ready to hear it and see it, and that's why things will be released, as you said, because they're ready to hear it. They're ready to see it. It's how they're going to deal with it. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.
Biometric chip, perfect holograms, dozens of stamps from countries that also do not exist.
Her documents were perfect. Better than perfect. But the country, Terenza, it doesn't exist anywhere.
Witnesses say she looked completely ordinary, like any tourist. But when agents told her Terenza isn't real, she froze, then whispered, "Then this isn't my world."
She asked me, "Is this America?" I said, "Yes, of course." Then she whispered, "America," like she had landed in the wrong place.
Authorities placed her in a secure room under surveillance. She sat calmly for hours. Then she vanished. Cameras show her fading away, like static on a broken television screen. So who was she?